Welcome to Brent by Brent. I'm so happy that you're here today because we're going to be looking through everything that I got sourcing this week as a reseller based out of Los Angeles. There's a few things that I'm not going to be showing you though, and I want to be pretty transparent about everything that I'm doing here. Most of the things that I source are from the Goodwill bins. Over there, they charge about $3.19 per pound. I do work with other people sometimes and get things that way. I'll mention that if I remember. I will say that what we're not seeing today is these shoes that I got. About 6 bags of shoes. I prefer to sell shoes if I could, but I kind of try to source as much as possible. So you won't be seeing these today, but if you do want to see shoes in a future video, please let me know. And I will say that 30% of the clothes is missing here because I gave them to the camera woman. Woo! So you will not be seeing that. But we still have plenty of good stuff they're showing here, and I have it categorized so we can go through each piece together. I don't have necessarily comps on hand, and some of these things I took as kind of a bad investment. I'm only human. I think I will kind of share on the way, like the mistakes I think I may have made buying each piece. Okay, so first off, we always start off with the hats. I wasn't super into the hats, but lately I've gotten into them. This is, since I'm based out of Los Angeles, I do get exclusive access to more designer-like brands. This Wish Me Luck hat is something probably no one else is selling. I've gotten a hat like this before. I think I sold it pretty quickly. It had a pinup girl on it. So for me, when I've already sold something for a really great margin, I'm going to pick it up again. While I'm trying to pick up things with a high sell-through rate, I also trust my own judgment. Resellers do make, but to each their own. Next, we have a Von Dutch hat. This is kind of something you need to watch out for. This one is also a vintage hat, Chester the Cheetah. I didn't look at the comps on this one. It's from this Planet Lunch, which I do recognize from my childhood. So, and you can even look at the label here. It says Planet Lunch good, I guess. This one is also kind of a local hat, Griffith Park, Los Angeles, which is a really big place in the world, in my opinion. This one is made in USA, so also vintage, kind of a cool one. I really like that hat. Next, we have here this no bad ideas. So I've sold this hat before, not this style. This is actually better than the one I got. And this one's a wool one. Appears to be in great condition as well. No holes on this one, which sometimes that's the big issue when picking up wool or cashmere or those type of materials. This one, has a great sell-through rate, so. That No Bad Ideas hat already sold. I sold it with a bundle. Got probably around like $20 with it. I sold it with like a Pendleton and some old shoes that I had. So yeah, No Bad Ideas sells really fast. So, an obvious pickup. Same with here, we got an Ariat brand, which is a pretty much good all-around brand. I pick up a lot of Ariat boots. As I told you guys, I'm mostly a shoe reseller. So Ariat hats tend to do well as well. This one is kind of a blind pickup. I forget what it is, but it's an antisocial club collaboration. Social club. Yeah, antisocial social club collaboration. I forget what it is. I think it might be. I forget what this is. One of my friends told me this was a good pickup, so took it kind of blind. That cactus plant flea market antisocial club that I didn't even really know what it was. Antisocial social club, whatever. Yeah, so that one sold. I took a best offer on it. I think I listed it for like $60, but $35 I think was what I took. And with hats, I'm only paying about $1 for them unless I'm buying it off someone. So it's always just great for me to accept any offer I can, unless it is something like that is truly worth a lot more. Yeah, this one also a vintage hat, Harley Davidson Las Vegas Cafe. Harley Davidson, obviously a really big brand nowadays for Gen Z. So I picked this one up because I know I'll make a margin. Okay, these next two are pretty good, great pickups. This is a Supreme hat, and it's pretty obvious actually to tell if Supreme is real. They do have these tags inside, and obviously anything can be faked. But you see this made in USA and the Supreme right there. This one's great feeling. It's got kind of a nylon feel. And this Supreme hat also sold on Grailed for $90. So obviously really great margins. I paid about $1 for it.
I couldn't tell if this was what type of Supreme hat this was. It felt like nylon, but there were some of these hats that were selling for $200, $300. So I decided to price mine at like $100 because like the basic one of this was kind of around that price, but potentially someone got it for a really good deal because I really couldn't tell which kind it was.
Actually, so when I picked this, one of my friends told me that they had one as well. And so I have this one and it's in a bag already because I wanted to protect it because this one is for a really great price for $20 and I think this one will sell for like 120. So Loro Piana. That's what it's called, Loro Piana. I always forget the name. So it's also something you want to see. Loro Piana is something that adds a lot of value to suits. I don't really pick up suits, but I know that much just in case I do see some suits. Yeah, so this is a great pickup, but I didn't get this myself. It was sourced for me, and I did kind of pay up because I don't think I would ever pay $20. Actually, he offered me 15 and I paid 20 out of my own will just because he's a homie. This one is October's very own. Pretty messed up condition, but I thought it looked kind of cool, so I still picked it up because it's a pretty in brand, that's Drake's brand. Patagonia with the bison. These bison patterns actually do really well, so highly recommend picking these up when you see them. Patagonia is a bolo, obviously, but these do especially well. Next, I got some sports. So I actually have a few of them. Actually, I'm missing one hat. Oh, here we go. So I got these three hats together. So I'll mention these together. I have one more other one that I gave away. It was an all leather Cowboys hat, but I gave it to one of my friends to, kind of share the goods. This is just a cowboy, good condition Reebok. I kind of like the style of it. I thought it was like unique looking, and same with this one. I thought it was kind of unique looking, so that's why I picked it up. I knew sometimes when things stand out, it's especially with sports, it's to just get it. And this one is a better one. It's a New York Yankees baseball hat, but it's a starter. So starter is really good. I believe this one also is wool, 100% wool on that. So yeah, this is a really great one. Always want to look for a starter or what's the other one? I forget what the other one is. This one is a G4 hat, the club. I don't know what the club is, but G4 is a really great golf brand. One of my other friends put me on that. And this is a corduroy hat here. It's just a basic APC hat. So APC is also a really great brand to pick up. So corduroy, I also think is a great. Okay, so that was all the hats, and honestly, that took a long time.
So here are some jackets I also picked up.
So Warner Bros. Vintage wool varsity jacket. I would like to showcase this a lot more, but I really can't. Yeah, so amazing on that one. Just gonna go in quick. You tell me how crazy these are. This is a Callaway XXL. Just really good sell-through rate on that one. Not even gonna make too much money on that. Well, I'm gonna make a good profit, but looking to see that $25 on that. Under Armour, I think this one's called like the Storm. People really sleep on Under Armour, but you can tell that this is not. It's almost like a Nike Tech fleece. Yeah, so this one's called like Storm Squared.
This one also has a really nice sell-through rate on that one. And this denim jacket was also a really great pickup by the designer Marite Francois Gerval. Obviously something to watch if you're into jeans or denim jackets. This one is a smaller size, which actually turns out to be rarer in this brand. This Sherpa necklined Levi's jacket, a bit military styled, was something that I usually typically pick up, but sometimes I watch out on these because they are a bit oversaturated and they are heavier. This Flint and Tinder actually already sold. I sold this one for about $170 on Mercari. It was a really quick sell. I think like an hour after I got it. And then I got this Harley Davidson corduroy with the Harley Davidson spell out on the back. This one is also a great pickup for the size. I think it's really going to do well here. This one is a Patagonia parka jacket, women's, This one's damaged, so I'm gonna have to see what I can do about that. But either way, Patagonia is a great brand to pick up typically. And then lastly, I got this filthy puffer, North Face puffer, but it's called the thermal ball, and the thermal ball gets a lot more money. I probably get like $60 on that one. So this is the essentials I picked up. I had to put a good amount of work on it, and it still kind of wasn't perfect, so I decided I would price this pretty low. I sold this white essentials one for $70. The Churchill boxing Carhartt, I was not really sure if I wanted to pick this one up, but I ended up doing that just because it was Carhartt. Next is this other essential hoodie. Obviously, Essentials is a really great pickup, and this one is a little bit different when it has that rose painting on the back. Next, we have this Mack Weldon hoodie here, which is a great golf brand, and a bolo. Great sell through typically on that one. This Patagonia I actually gave to my dad. Try to keep the Patagonia in the family, and he really liked it. I'm wearing Patagonia right now, so there you go. We got Cotopaxi right here. If you see the do good, that is a good sign. This is a hoodie, so it's something not really hot, sought out after as much. Got some Mountain Hardware here. This blue one, Mountain Hardware is a great brand. In fact, I sold a puffer jacket, the Absolute Zero, for $300 the other week. Obviously, with the fleeces, it's not typically the biggest margins, but Mountain Hardware is definitely something you should look out to for certain styles. Same with North Face. Definitely looking more for the puffers in the jacket than the fleeces. For fleeces, you're more looking for Patagonia. Mount Evans. This is a vintage 1990s goat print for Colorado. I thought that someone from Colorado might want this, so
nothing to say there. Vintage, great pickup. Woolrich, 100% wool. I saw no holes on this one, but I'm probably gonna find holes later. This was kind of a crazier pickup. A Jenko. Everyone knows Jenko for their pants, their jeans, but got this sick Jenko. Jenko is just it has a crazy sell-through rate too. I kind of had to hide that one because people will be fighting you if they know you have that. This is just an LA Dodgers. Dodgers really in vogue right now because of the new acquisition. Oh, Tony. What's this brand? I forget. Oi, oi, oi. They're more. The more. They're more? So this is They're more. I don't remember anything about this, but if I picked it up, it's either on accident or because it's good. Let's find out later whether that's true or not. North Face type of hoodie. These are nice to pick up. This is one that everyone needs to know, which is Aviator Nation. Got a good size on this one too. It's a small. It's not a good size, but it is a good print on there. As you can see, the way that's non-basic. I actually had to buy this one from my friend for $20. This one was probably a mistake. I might end up just giving this to my dad because he loves Jordan. There's these like stains here, but this was a cooler Jordan jacket that I've seen. I guess it's kind of a sweater. Next is this Free People. This one's also kind of a mistake because it has a hole here, so I'm going to have to get this fixed. But it is a nice dress sweater, which is why I picked it up. This one too is a little bit iffy because I didn't realize this is a kid's. ACG is something that just does really well, but obviously for kids it's not going to matter as much because ACG is more of a trend right now. But these are really cool. Still really cool.
It's a good size. It could be like a woman's small.
So kids could still wear that. That's true. Next we have this Patagonia. This one's zipper is broken, but still it's Patagonia. You got to pick it up. It's coming from the bins. It's really clean. So the zipper doesn't work on this one. And then lastly, we got this Patagonia large, and it has this like snowflake on it. This one's also really good. I need water. We can cut it there. So this is a penguin shirt. I forget what these kind of penguins are called, but it's honestly really cool, so I picked it up. But I do have to clean this, and so I kind of forgot to do that. This is pearl snap shirt. These ones do really well nowadays. I really like the color on this one. Has a nice little detail right here too. Looks like a chevron. These are what I'm referring to as pearl snaps. This is just a nice one, and it is a bigger size, a large, which I feel like when you're getting pearl snaps, you want to be getting larger sizes. People aren't really going to get the mediums as much. I don't know what this is.
Patagonia, I think.
Oh. This is like a Patagonia base layer. Capilene Silkwood is what this one's called. 100% polyester. It's actually vintage. This one's made in the USA. I'm going to be keeping this one though. So, you've never seen that one again. Here we go. I have this Air Force One shirt. I don't really pick up like just a Nike shirt, but this one's obviously really cool. You can see, I don't know if this is some type of collaboration, but it's a cool shirt. And when you're getting bins prices where this weighs about 5 ounces, it's about $1 for this shirt maybe, or less, or more, less or more, deal. This is another Patagonia shirt. This one's messed up though, so I'm just going to be keeping this one for a later date. This is a Bolo brand, Untuck It. Nice little Henley, very soft. This one is 50-50, cotton polyester, but it's definitely a brand to look out for. This one was also given to me just because my friend saw no value into this, but this is a vintage shirt. It says 1963, but I don't think this is from 1963. It might be. If it is, that's kind of crazy. It does have these older elements in it, which is like these double linings that you see here. You don't really see this anymore. This tag, Jocelyn Sportwear. So it is possible that this is from 1963. And since it's a sport shirt, that adds value to it. This is also an older shirt here. Majestic, made in Mexico. Remember, you could tell this is a little bit older too. And it's a Dodger shirt, which, you know, we're always going to be picking up here. Next is this other vintage shirt. You see I'm picking up a lot of vintage, but I try to pick up anything really that has value. Vintage shirts just sometimes are the best things to pick up in that manner. This is a vintage Star Trek shirt, 1994. Not much more to say than that. No backhead on that one. Next is this rugby jersey. Rugby jerseys do really well. I don't really know why, but it's kind of all jerseys kind of do really well. I guess that's that. New Zealand All Blacks there. Next, I have another vintage shirt. This one's also Dodgers. 1997 here on this one. This one I think might be worth more. Kent Hill Park. Pretty cool shirt. Next, another animal shirt. Got this frog. It says Leap to the Future. Has these little flaws right here, but yeah.
Baby, it stopped.
This one's made. So back at it with the shirts. These are the shirts that I got. This one's Vision Streetwear, skate brand. Here's a Vision on here. This is kind of a long sleeve. I expect this one to do better on a streetwear platform like Grailed. Miffy. This one was more of a gamble. It's this little character right here. Some of these were just listed for a really high price, so I was like, oh, I might as well just pick this up and see what happens and take an offer if someone really wants it. Next, I have this Cowboys done by this Jeff Hamilton, player of the year. So these type of jerseys actually do really well. I'm pretty surprised about that.
I just keep your arm kind of gets in the way.
Oh.
Trying to get a better view.
You should be presenting it that way though. You may be over there. So this one is a Mariners on Majestic. This one's older. It has this tag right here, and it's Seager. Next is a vintage T-shirt. So I do pick up a lot of vintage if I can, just because I think it's pretty cool. This one says Knock Knock. This one I think is 97. No, 96, and it says we make house calls, so pretty cool shirt. Next, Buck Mason, just plain shirt. Buck Mason has a high sell-through rate. Honestly recommend the basics yourself if you're looking for just a good basic shirt. Here's another sports jersey. This one, 2XL, which is a great size. This one might be a little older. R. Woodson. I don't really know too much about football, but I do pick up a lot of jerseys.
Steeler.
Okay, this is another vintage shirt. Celebrate the earth and sky, soar with the wind, let your spirit fly. This one's from 1994. Human Tees. This one's a cool shirt. I like this one. Next, got some designer here. This one was a little stained. You can still see the stains. I have treated it a bit, but it's very minor now. I think this is in wearable condition. This is a YSL for men polo shirt. Kind of nice. I got this one for free from a friend just because he kind of gambled on it. But honestly, I think I'll throw this away. This one also kind of was an accidental pickup. This is an older Nike shirt or Jordan shirt. You can say made in US fabric. So yeah, it has this little V thing here, and it has the Jordan 1 on it, yellow. Pretty cool shirt just because it's a little older, but it has some problems. There's some minor staining here. This is a really cool shirt in my opinion. So this is a vintage shirt as well, but it is hand embroidered. What's that right in Disneyland called? Small World?
It's a Small World, yeah.
It's kind of giving that Small World vibes. I really like the earth especially, so this is a really cool shirt. I didn't really look up comps for this, but I expect it to do well because it's so unique. This is 511 Tactical, which is kind of just a bread and butter brand. Mostly I pick up their pants, but the button-down shirts do well. This is a Hard Rock Cafe vintage shirt made in USA. Heidelberg, which I don't know where Heidelberg is.
Germany?
Sounds like Germany.
Yeah.
Either way, this is just a Hard Rock Cafe vintage, does really well. Carhartt, relax fit, always just something I pick up. It's another vintage shirt. This one's Mickey. Mickey's Last Resort. I kind of like this one. I don't know the date on this one, but I think it's a pretty cool shirt because it makes it sound like it's something else, but it's just him in a resort. Chinatown Market. People tell me Chinatown Market's pretty good. I really like the graphic on this one, so I had to pick it up. Also a good size. Majestic again here. The Cool Base. Cool Base does do really well. I believe this one is small though, which is not a great size.
Looks like it's for women's too.
Yeah, this one looks like it's for women's, so that might be the saving grace there. I still think this will do quite well. Has a nice fit to it. Next is this Lacoste collaboration with Peanuts. You see Charlie Brown there. Nothing really too crazy about this one. Lacoste is just a nice brand. And I try to pick up collaborations if I can.
Alright, so that's a good portion of what I got at the Goodwill bins. Actually, I didn't include a lot of the pants, which actually were probably the better stuff. What was in there was a lot of vintage Levi's, Carhartt, stuff like that. Good stuff all around. Just didn't include it because kind of a longer video already, around 20 minutes. So, but if you like this video, please subscribe and like, and leave a comment down below any questions that you have, I guess, and I'll see you on the next one.